Welcome to Insightful Gaming, the realm of the extraordinary. Today, we're about to reveal a jaw-dropping solar warlock build that will render you and your team absolutely indestructible. If you're tired of the monotonous meta and craving some novelty, this build is your golden ticket to a treasure trove of epic loot. Our enthralling build revolves around the fabled mantle of battle harmony exotic, combined with our solar fragments and artifact mods. Initially conceived as a lighthearted joke, this build soon proved to be mind-blowing after some hands-on testing. Every battle allowed me to lay down my well of radiance, and with this exotic, super regeneration skyrocketed. There's potential for further optimization, but what we've concocted is already quite impressive. This exotic features an exotic perk called Absorption Cells, which grants approximately 3% of super energy per kill when your super isn't up, provided your weapon's damage type matches your subclass element. Combine this with a powerful exotic primary and super generation accelerates even more. Moreover, when your super is full, you get a 20% damage boost for weapons matching your subclass, essentially receiving the Radiant buff. When you activate your Well of Radiance, you gain the Empower Weapon buff instead. So, with or without your super, this build guarantees a 20% weapon damage buff. If this scorching build ignites your excitement, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more electrifying builds and gaming content. Now, let's plunge headfirst into the exhilarating action. Before delving into the specifics of this mesmerizing build, let's first dissect it, exploring the damage rotation and what to expect from it. Initiate every fight with a grenade throw, followed by casting your healing rift and a swift melee attack. This potent combo triggers several effects. Your melee and grenade apply Scorch to your foes, with Scorch damage escalating as targets accumulate more Scorch stacks. Once a target reaches 100 Scorch stacks, they ignite, causing a massive solar explosion that staggers unstoppable champions in the surrounding area. This process is known as solar ignition. While all this unfolds, use your solar exotic primary to rack up kills and generate super energy thanks to your exotic. The core objective of this build is to generate supers, deploy them, and repeat. With our setup, you'll always have a super primed for action before any fight begins. As long as you keep eliminating enemies, your super will regenerate at lightning speed. This captivating cycle is the essence of our damage rotation. Our chosen fragments ensure that your grenades add even more Scorch stacks and damage, swiftly dispatching weaker adversaries and singeing the rest. Annihilating Scorch targets generates melee energy and spawns fire sprites, all courtesy of our Ember of Searing fragment. And just wait until you learn about the weapons in this build. They'll take your damage output to astronomical heights. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about stats. First on our list, Resilience. This magnificent stat is a game changer, reducing the damage you take by a jaw-dropping 30%. Once you reach the majestic 100, shift gears and concentrate on discipline. Last but not least, we have Recovery. Aim to keep this beauty above tier 5. Now, let's delve into the mesmerizing abilities. Our star player is the Well of Radiance, the ultimate solar warlock power that rules the roost. Following that, we have the fabulous Healing Rift. This is one of the second way we heal ourselves and our team. Other than this, our super should be down on the ground 90% of the fights. Moving on to our enchanting melee Celestial Fire. Ignite a blazing whirlwind of 3 explosive solar energy blasts, incinerating foes with each sizzling strike. But brace yourselves, because we're also armed with a formidable fusion grenade. This grenade is a personal favorite of mine because aiming is a breeze. It boasts a built-in homing system that magnetically lures it towards its target. An explosive grenade that clings to targets, inflicting damage and moderately scorching them upon detonation. And the magic doesn't stop there. Thanks to our Touch of Flame aspect, this grenade's potency doubles with an additional explosion. Let's explore the awe-inspiring weapons we're wielding for this build. I primarily selected Vex for its staggering damage and ability to decimate hordes of enemies. This exotic features an exotic perk called Temporal Unlimiter. Defeating targets builds overcharged stacks, and when fully overcharged, you can switch to a powerful linear fusion shot mode that hits like a freight train. Alternatively, you can use the BXR-55 Battler, with its solar nature seamlessly integrating with the rest of the build. The Incandescent perk excels at damaging groups of foes, while the Demolitionist perk enables more frequent grenade throws, wreaking even more havoc. Any other weapon with the Incandescent perk is also worth considering. Another splendid weapon for this build is Sunshot, a longtime favorite for solar aficionados, boasting explosions that clear sightlines and scorch nearby enemies upon elimination. Its exotic perk, Sunburn, fires explosive rounds and highlights targets damaged by Sunshot. Lastly, you can opt for the Polaris Lance, featuring the exotic perk called the Perfect Fifth. Precision hits refill the mag, while landing 4 precision hits loads a delayed solar explosive round for your next shot. You'll be able to unleash your weapon without reloading, creating dazzling explosions against your foes. When selecting your heavy weapon, feel free to choose based on personal preference, but avoid heavy pairs well with our seasonal mod's steady supply of heavy ammo. Let's dive into the electrifying details of our aspects, fragments, and armor mods that'll make your build sparkle like a firework. First up, the invigorating 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘 𝗔. This gem is all about movement, allowing us to dodge with lightning speed while airborne. Touch of Flame is the bedrock of our grenade builds. With this mighty aspect, your fusion grenades detonate twice, scorching targets with double the intensity. Now let's explore the exhilarating realm of fragments. Kicking things off, we have the nurturing Ember of Mercy, which showers healing upon reviving allies or capturing a fire sprite. Next up is the fiery Ember of Searing, transforming defeated scorched targets into scrumptious melee energy and fire sprites. Following that, we have the potent Ember of Ashes, enabling you to inflict even more scorch stacks on your targets. This proves invaluable in Grandmasters and Master content. Last but definitely not least, we present the awe-inspiring Ember of Char. Your solar ignitions spread scorch to affected targets. These fragments synergize with the rest of your build, piling up scorch stacks on targets and transferring them to others, culminating in massive solar explosions. And all this happens while you're obliterating mobs with your Vex. Now let's delve into the enthralling world of armor mods. On the helmet, we're donning Solar Siphon, transforming rapid solar weapon final blows into orbs of power. We're also equipping 2 ashes to assets, bestowing bonus super energy on grenade kills. With this dynamic duo, our super recharges at breakneck speed, perfectly harmonizing with our exotic for back-to-back supers. Moving to the gloves, we're arming ourselves with firepower for even more orbs of power on grenade final blows. We're also utilizing momentum transfer, where dealing damage with a grenade reduces your melee cooldown. And we're rocking 1 impact induction. Dealing damage with a melee attack trims your grenade cooldown. For the chest, feel free to go with your choice of defensive mods. Personally, I opt for Harmonic Resistance, Concussive Dampener, and Void Resistance. On to the boots. We're sporting 2 Solar Weapon Surge mods, granting a total of 17% more solar weapon damage. We're also flaunting the Stacks on Stacks mod, which awards an extra armor charge stack when picking up an Orb of Power. Finally, on our Warlock bond, we're showing off 1 Bomber mod that reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. Since we'll be spamming our Healing Rift, we'll generate a ton of grenade energy, providing a potent fusion of defense and offense. To top it all off, we're rocking the Reaper mod, which helps spawn more orbs of power after using our class ability and creates an orb of power after each kill. Last but not least, we're using Time Dilation, extending your armor charges decay time to 15 seconds. Let's dive into our seasonal mods now. In the first row, it's all about customizing your selection to your preferred weapon type. Submachine gun enthusiasts can rejoice with the Submachine Overload mod, while those who prefer scout rifles will love the Unstoppable Scout Rifle mod. For bow wielders, the Overlord mod is a perfect fit. And for taking down barrier champions, the Anti-Barrier Pulse Rifle and Sidearm mod is the way to go. But your subclass can also give you the power to defeat champions. With the Arc subclass, use the Blind or Blinding aspects to stun unstoppable champions. With Solar subclass, Ignition damage will do the trick. With Stasis subclass, Shatter damage stops them in their tracks. And with the Strand subclass, the Suspend aspect suspends unstoppable champions, stunning them in the process. And the best part, these mods are passive and don't require any slotting. As we move on to the second row of seasonal mods, check out the Multi-Siphon mod, which combines the effects of the Strand, Solar, and Void Siphon mods in your helmet. This is particularly useful if you use different energy weapons and want to generate orbs with both types of weapons. The next 4 mods reduce the energy costs of your armor mods that affect your Solar, Strand, Void weapons, and grenades. The Solar Surge mod is a standout choice, slashing the energy cost of each mod from 3 to 1. In the third row, the Solar Surge mod is a must-have, as collecting fire sprites grants you armor charge. To move to the next tier, choose 2 more perks such as Shatter Orbs, which creates an orb of power upon breaking a shield with matching damage type. And for high-level PvE content, Flare Up is a formidable choice for Firebolt grenade users, granting more scorch stacks and spawning a fire sprite near damaged enemies. In the fourth row, the must-have mod is Bricks from Beyond, which eliminates the need for heavy ammo finder mods by granting heavy ammo for you and your allies upon defeating powerful combatants with a void weapon. And in the fifth row, Rain of Firebolts is a top choice, providing an additional charge of Firebolt grenade. Finally, if you want to help your fire team, the Prismatic Transfer mod is a great choice. granting a bonus to weapon damage for each member of your fire team, with a different subclass damage type when you cast your super. In a nutshell, this Solar Warlock build is an unstoppable juggernaut tailored for any Destiny activity you can imagine. Every ability, aspect, fragment, and armor mod we've chosen harmonizes beautifully to forge a lethal concoction that obliterates foes in a blaze of glory. If this build has stoked your excitement and proven helpful, be sure to smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for even more thrilling builds and electrifying gaming content. Thanks for tuning in, and here's to a fantastic week ahead.